Hello, hello. Hope you are all doing very well. And this is the last day of my Rome. And today I'm traveling from Rome to Pompeii Vesuvius. So we started our trip very early in the morning. We reached in the Twin uh, Church area of Rome, and then we took a bus from there. We booked a tour to Pompeii and Vesuvius all together, pick up and drop from Rome, and it was really nice. We'll get to see all the history, and it's something else. I never imagined that I can actually visit this kind of archaeological site. So yeah, let's start the journey. It took us around 2 hours to reach Pompeii, and we get to see beautiful Amalfi coast. And yeah, it's still blue water. You'll just get to see in few minutes.
Like this is painting. Like, oh my god. So just be careful, just so you don't have people yelling at you and whatnot. Right over here, this is the island of Capri. Isn't it beautiful? Look at this. Look at the beautiful Bay of Naples. You can see it more clearly now. Yeah. In fact, Capri sounds so romantic. I'm sure when you close your eyes and imagine a perfect situation, it would be sipping limoncello on the coasts of Capri. But in Angie style, exactly. But Capri in Italian actually means goat island. So it kind of has a different sound, let's say, for the Italians.
So we will be reaching Pompeii in few minutes, and about history of Pompeii and what happened. We had a great guide. I think she will give you all the details.
So Pompeii was built on a hill
Iskandaro.
made of prehistoric lava. And Pompeii was on the sea. Pompeii was a port on the sea. But now, signori, the port of Pompeii is dry. The sea is 2 kilometers far from Pompeii. So imagine, during the centuries, the small village of Pompeii was colonized by the Greeks. You remember the ancient Greeks? Then the Romans. Pompeii became a Roman colony in 80 BC. In the first century BC, was conquered by the Romans. To give to you an idea of the size of Pompeii, how big was Pompeii? Archaeologists, they reckon at least 10,000 people. 10,000, 20,000 people, at least 10,000 people. It was a busy port. They lived on commerce. There were many merchants. Do you know how many shops we found in Pompeii? You will see a lot of shops. How many shops we have found in Pompeii so far?
Thousands.
600. So I'm going to show to you how you can identify a shop in case you would like to do some shopping as well. This morning, there were shops of every variety, and we will see. We know the main economical activities of Pompeii: production of wine, oil, produce of the land. Somebody brought very tasty onions. The training in the open. When the weather was very poor, there was a roof. I have a question for you. What do you think? Is this roof original? It looks very modern. It's a modern reconstruction. In Pompeii, whenever you see a piece of wood, it's modern. All the wood was decomposed by the air. The air passing through the ash decomposed the organic elements. So, little bedrooms where the gladiators, they stayed overnight. Okay. All around the world, they have modern doors. Nothing to see. You are not going to see Russell Crowe inside. Russell Crowe's guy. They used them as storerooms. Storerooms, eh? What were the little bedrooms? And of course, the roof was destroyed, but you can still see the original columns. There was a porch, the peristyle giving a shelter. And the columns, when you look at the columns, you can see the local stone they employed. Grey tuff is a volcanic rock, tufa, which was not visible. There was plaster, stucco. Have a look. White, red, yes, left. Was very elegant, looking like marble. That was the idea of the stucco, okay? Where they started the fightings. They did 1 mile on foot. Because in Pompeii, we have discovered, please mind your step. We come back here in a moment. See the original steps very well worn. In Pompeii, we have discovered, after the catastrophe, after the eruption of 1700, Pompeii was forgotten. Discovered by chance, they started the official diggings in 1748. So far we have uncovered the two-thirds of Pompeii. The small theatre. The theatre usually had an horseshoe shape. This was, I'm taking you to the backstage, because we cannot go in. But here there are the 3 doors, standing in the backstage, there are 3 doors, where the players, the singers, the musical instruments, and reach the stage. Architectus. The theatre had already been built here by the Greeks when they came. But when the Romans came later, this architect, he did some restorations, some renovations. He left his signature, Marius Merinus. So this was much bigger, so the large theatre. There was a space, we reckon, for 5,000 people, 5,000 spectators. This was used for comedies and tragedies, for plays, comedies and tragedies. You see the same horseshoe shape area, they called orchestra. Behind you, you see the stage. Original Roman bricks with a cement. The Romans, they used a mortar. The Greeks were not visible. There was marble. There were statues in those niches. And which are the original seats here? Only the white. Only the white blocks are original. All the others have been rebuilt a few years ago. Because again, sometime reorganize. Now, at the other end of Pompeii, 1 mile again, street. And by the way, we are walking now behind the small theatre.
Yeah.
Behind
Yes.
it, because now not only you see plaster,
Yeah.
you see plaster and some old graffiti.
Yes.
Because something that some of those scratches could be 2,000 years old. Yes, some are new, but some are old. And you see the steps the plebeians had to go up. We try to go up these steps. Yeah. We always take the VIP entrances. Excellent. We reach the ancient Roman road. Now we find a little bit of find a place. The streets, those original roads, they were cut, many of them by the Greeks, rebuilt by the Romans. You see, that's the lava of Vesuvius. The same stone we use now in the cities here. It lasts a long time. Instead of asphalt, which is more expensive, we use the same stone today. The lava of Vesuvius. I wanted to ask you, can you hear me well? Okay, it's good. And so rebuilt by the Romans. And the Greeks and the Romans, they traced regular avenues. Main streets were always east-west. We're going to join the main street in a while. This is a secondary street, north-south. There could have been a place like that where the Cardiff is. So McDonald's, the ancestor of a McDonald's, take away. You see the original counter with the 3 original terracotta jars. They had a lid as well to put food and drinks. The name was not McDonald's yet, was Thermopolium. That's Latin, but coming from Greek. Thermos? Yeah. We use thermos in Greek meant hot. Yeah. Polium, to sell hot food and drinks. So they could have had a nice drink and something to eat. Cheese, olives, grilled meat, eggs, a glass of wine. The drinks had wine inside, a bit of wine. They couldn't drink their wine like that. It was horrible, because the wine in those times was taken in the terracotta.
Vai Roberto.
Stone rotated above the lowest stone, and there was, you see, a circular basement with a fence. So the wheat was ground, passing in between the two stones, fell on that basement. They collected the flour, they prepared loaves of bread to be baked into the oven by the side. They found lots of bakeries in Pompeii, 34, something like 34 bakeries. So the upper floor could have been a storeroom or the living apartment. They could have lived in a room. People are terribly superstitious. Have you heard of that? Everybody's got a lucky charm. You know what is the lucky charm in southern Italy? No. The horn. Okay. The horn? Okay. Do you know that here, you could go on walking for 3 days in Pompeii? The number of buildings, I can take you in, I can count on my 2 hands. But if you wanted, for example, to step in front of all
audience into the scene he described by creating an imaginary picture. Usually it's something that moves.
Of the fall, the statuette. You will see in the middle of the basin where they collected rain in the past is a perfect replica. The originals, they cannot be left in the open. They are in the museum. You soon find on the left-hand side 4 rooms. 4 rooms with the 4 arches above. They look like 4 shops, but they are not shops. They were the banks, exchange, where the people coming to Pompeii, they could change their money and take the Roman coins. Copper coins called asses, sesterces and denari. They were made of silver, and they had the aurei, golden coins. But we're not going inside anyway. There is no money left. Money has been collected by the archaeologists. Can you imagine?
एक्सचेंज चलता था ना वो काऊ एक्सचेंज करते थे गुड्स
In the
एक्सचेंज
shops, in the houses, they found the money. They are kept in the museum. They found a few coins. So this one on the left-hand side was the fish and meat market, Macellum. It was open in the middle, in the center. There was a little covered kiosk with a fountain for the selling of fish. And then around there were the little shops for the selling of meat. On your right-hand side, you have the most important temple in every Roman city, in every Roman colony. In a corner of the square, there was the Campidoglio, Capitolium. When you are in Rome, you see the modern Capitolium. This is the modern one. This is the old. Old one, 2,000 years old. The Capitolium, Temple of Jupiter, Juno, Minerva, the 3 main gods. The Romans said. You see, there was a portico at the entrance, the cella at the back, where the counter statues were taken. Then you see the big building on the right-hand side is all empty with the terracotta pillars. That was the market for food in those times. To buy fruits, vegetables, cereals. And then, don't forget, this was pedestrian area.
Okay, yes.
It was all white. You see the
that's why the
pieces
stones are
of the
not here.
original white stone. A few pieces are left. It looks like marble, but this is no marble. On the right, where you see the Arch of Triumph, that's original. So it was all white. This is no marble.
So now we are at the end of this Pompeii trip, and now our next destination is Vesuvius. So we only visited one part of the whole area. It has 9 other areas, but we could only cover one area in this 2 hours. And I think if someone wanted to stay back and visit the whole area, I think it might take the whole day or maybe 2 days, I don't know. trekked to the top of the Vesuvius mountain, and it took around 1 hour to just trek to the up and then come back. And definitely we didn't trek from the base area. The bus actually took us at a certain point and then we had to trek, so it took my breath away. I don't have habit of trekking for sure. And now it's time to head back to Rome again. We were so tired, but again, my eyes were like, I have seen something and I have captured so many things with my eyes today. I couldn't capture the view of the whole Amalfi Coast from the top of the Vesuvius that I actually saw. So I felt like, oh my god, if I had wings, I could fly and then I could reach through the coast again. So I really wish to come back and actually explore the whole coastal area, and it's a famous one. Definitely Positano, Naples, Capri, all are really beautiful, so I really wish to come back someday. So we are at the end of our whole journey, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Good night and goodbye with the sweet tiramisu from Italy. Bye bye, see you again.